Eggs, worm eggs, yeah. Hello, this is Podemup episode 76, in which we discuss a very interesting handcrafted game called Harold Halibut in the book club, plus Steam Next Fest arcade chat, Tibbs' Spider Plant update, and we're dissing AI at pretty much every opportunity. Hello, welcome to Podemup. What episode is it? 76, I think.
That sounds right.
I believe it is. Yes, I was not prepared there, but I believe it's 76. My name is Ollie. That man you just heard there is Tibbs.
I'm Tibbs.
We are the Podemup podcast. This month we're talking about Harold Halibut. Halibut being on the menu this month.
Yes.
But other than that, what have you been playing, Tibbs?
I've not been playing a lot. It's been one of those. It's been a packed month in a non-gaming sense. There's been a lot of things going on. I haven't honestly. I'm just thinking. I really haven't played much at all because I've just had other obligations. I've been playing through. I played through Sonic Mania again, which will come as no surprise to anyone because I play that regularly. I've been playing Tetris Effect because
also play that regularly.
Yeah, it's basically just lots of little
the regulars,
quick pick up and play games. Nothing that you know. When I've got half an hour in between doing other things, I could just pick down, play a little bit, put it down again. So it's just been little bits and pieces here and there. Really, it's nothing.
I mean, it takes effort to really sit down and play a new game, doesn't it?
It does.
And if you've got a lot going on, you don't really want that, do you?
No. I did download. I saw because obviously the new Resident Evil has come out.
Yeah.
So I was looking at various Resident Evil related things on YouTube and online and things, and I saw that someone had done a ROM hack of the original Resident Evil that they called the True Director's Cut, which is like it's all the changes from the original Director's Cut with the crap music removed and the original music back, the uncensored cutscenes and some puzzles and elements restored from like beta versions that had leaked out, and they've just sort of like mashed it all together and made this true director's cut. So I downloaded that. I only played about 5 minutes of it because same thing, just not having the time to just sit down and do it, and that's pretty good. So I think that's going to be my alongside whatever pick of the month we're having this month, it's going to be that and a bit of the original Resident Evil with its ROM hack that I'm going to be playing. So
Yeah, awesome.
yeah, what about you?
Not loads either. I've got a few things to talk. I finished Metroid Prime 4 yesterday.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I've talked about it the last couple of episodes, so there's not much more to add to it. I think I enjoyed it. I can kind of see why fans were a bit disappointed with it. It kind of feels like, because I was thinking about this, Metroid is kind of the odd one out in the Nintendo family, in that it's not cute and cuddly, it's not for kids, and Metroid games are quite complex, not necessarily for a mass audience. But it feels like Nintendo have tried their best to make this one a bit more accessible for everybody. Like when you've got these divisive characters, and just feels like they wanted to tack on the open world. Almost at the last minute, it feels like, just so it's got a bit of a hook. It just feels a bit more linear, the whole gameplay as well. So I don't know. I can see it. If a Metroid fan were upset about that, I can see why. But overall, sort of taking it apart from the series as a standalone adventure, I thought it was fine. I thought it was really, really enjoyable. So I don't know what I'll be playing next. I think I'll probably go back to finishing Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Because I've got a bit more to do on that. But last week it was Steam Next Fest with all the demos and everything, so I managed to get a few down there. So they had a demo of Dench Attack, which is the incoming indie I mentioned last episode or the episode before.
Yeah, I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet, but it's downloaded it, ready to go.
Oh, it's really good. But yeah, this was the sort of Jet Set Radio-esque train game where you can sort of hop between the rails and do tricks and dodge obstacles and all sorts of crazy stuff with your train. It's effectively kind of and literally, I suppose, like an on-rails platformer. Really, like you just have to hop around and dodge stuff, but it's just the pace of it was really exciting. Like it's got a great soundtrack. Some nice set pieces where it's like you escape from a volcano and you ride a big Ferris wheel that breaks free and rolls down a hill. It's just totally bonkers, really. But I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
I love stuff like that.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it's a great one. So we make a good book club game perhaps when it comes out. I think I might get it when it comes out, to be honest. Yeah, really good. Panzer Dragoon's Vi remake. So this is another one where fans don't seem to like this one much, as far as I can see. Like they seem on social media, they seem to have a bee in a body on it about this one.
I saw something on YouTube a little while ago about how the first, because they did a Panzer Dragoon remake. I don't know if it's the same studio.
I think so. Yeah, I think.
They did it a while ago, and apparently it's like really badly regarded. I played it. I thought it was all right.
I don't know what they're on about. No. I think it's fine. Like I don't really know what they want. Like it's
yeah.
I mean, with the first Panzer Dragoon, obviously that was an early Saturn game, so the visuals were obviously very kind of basic, and they've really expanded upon them and they've added things to make it more interesting. I don't know if that's their beef with it. I thought it played perfectly fine. I don't really know what the problem is, and this one feels the same. To be fair, I haven't really looked into their criticisms about it, but I have played this, and I brought up just a quick YouTube video of the original as well, and I sort of compared it from what I played, and it seems pretty faithful to it, beat for beat, and I don't know what the problem is. It's fine.
No, I thought that with the first one. I played the first one, and it was just it's exactly what I expected it to be. It's just Panzer Dragoon on a modern system, really.
Maybe there's nuances and things like you were saying before about the Sonic Superstars engine and things. Like if you're a real fan of these things, you'll notice missing things that
that's true.
That the lay person won't. Because I like the Panzer Dragoon series, but I don't know it inside and out. So maybe that's just it, really. So another game I played was called Wild Blue Skies, another rail shooter. Actually, this one's heavily based on Star Fox. It's got a slightly different graphical style to any of the Star Fox games, really. But apart from that, it's very, very faithful to the formula. Almost too much, I would say. Like you've got your team of anthropomorphic pilots, and they all seem to fit in with the character types of the Star Fox team. Like the intros and the outro sequences for the levels are very, very similar to Star Fox 64. And it's plays great. It's fine. It's a good, fun game, but it almost feels like there's a fine line between spiritual successor and sort of a bit of a rip-off. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't mind it too much, but I almost wish it was a bit more of its own, brought its own ideas a bit.
That's
more.
the thing.
You know what I mean?
You do get it sometimes where it is so close to the original game. Why not just play the original game?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Nintendo haven't done anything with the series in 10 years.
No.
So it's nice to have a new one.
Yeah, but you could like advance it a little bit, because presumably if you're a fan enough of the game to be so inspired that you want to make your own, you must have like ideas of like something you can add to it, and
Yeah, I mean, there may be those things in it. I've only played one short level, so it's I wouldn't write it off completely. But yes, I know what you mean. It's like if I wanted to make an original Sonic game, I'd borrow bits from it, but I wouldn't just do a complete copy of it, but just with Sonic removed and replaced with another character. Do you know what I mean?
Well, like the addition of the drop dash in Sonic Mania, that was just a tiny little tweak to the existing formula, but it's just something new. It's nice.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but maybe this has it as well. I don't know. The music was very backgroundy, very forgettable. I think if you're going to have like a fun action game like that, you need to have good, vibrant music in the background, in my opinion. But then most of the Star Fox games don't have great soundtracks either, I don't think. Might be a controversial opinion. I think only the original Star Fox on the SNES has a particularly standout soundtrack, I would argue. Like Star Fox 64 is one is pretty awful, actually. Soda-powered penguin. It's a nice sprite-based 2D platformer. It's very skill-based. It uses momentum quite well. So you're a little penguin and you can slide along the floor, and you can go through loops and slopes and things like that. But there's an awful lot of collectible coins in the levels, and they sort of break off into these little rooms where you have to go in a little platforming sequence to grab the coin at the end. But I like that, well, the checkpoints are these soda machines, and the idea is that you go and get the coin and you bring it back to the soda machine in order to save it. Because if you then die after collecting it, you don't get to keep it. So you have to keep bringing them back to these checkpoints that appear around, which I quite liked, because it made the levels feel quite expansive and sort of, you can just avoid that section if you want, or you can try and get the coin. So the level design was really nice. Nice physics as well. Just one to keep an eye on, I think. Good little thing. Soda-powered penguin. That's the only ones that I've got written down, actually. I did play others, but they weren't particularly memorable.
I played one with like a racing game with little turtles, but it was...
Oh, I think I saw that one. Yeah, I don't know. I downloaded it. But,
it was all right.
Yeah, that's fair enough. The only other thing to talk, me and Alice went to an arcade today. They opened up a new arcade down in the town centre near us.
Oh, nice.
Which is fun. It's one of those you don't pay at the door, you book ahead, and then it's like free play when you get in.
Is it like a proper old school arcade?
It's a proper old school arcade, so there's no ticket machines or anything. There's just loads of machines. It's very very impressive, I thought. So they had lots of quite a variety. I thought, because it's quite a family orientated, so there's a lot for kids and stuff there as well. And I thought it would be mostly kind of child friendly, arcade machines. But there was a lot of shooters there and a lot of kind of, racing games and things like that. I think the ones I enjoyed most were the ones that were... There's a couple that I played that were from that... what's the company name? The ones that made Cruisin', the recent Cruisin' game. That Raw Thrills, is that it?
Raw Thrills.
Yeah, there's a couple that were very similar, but it was like a snowboarding one and a motorcycle one. And they were very, very like that Cruising game. They were just completely nuts. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on, and you can smash stuff. And it was really easy to play. It sort of guides you through the track. It's not like you just spin off and you just get stuck sometimes, which happens to me quite a lot in some of the more intense arcade races. Just really fun kind of things. Alice enjoyed those as well, I think. So yeah, that was our afternoon today. That was quite fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think she actually prefers the newer ticket-based ones, because she likes to collect enough tickets so that she can buy like a pen and a tiny sweet. that's thrilling.
Tiny sweet.
Exactly. That's pretty much all you can expect when all this.
Yeah.
I can kind of see the appeal from her perspective, but
Oh yeah.
it's nice. So I might go down there occasionally.
I don't know what it's like. It's been a while since I've been into an arcade, but I remember like the ticket type ones. When I was younger, the ticket machines, they always had like a really big prize like on the wall there that you'd want. But it would be like 10,000
I know,
tickets or something stupid. It's like you're never gonna get that many tickets.
I think you have to save up for like years. You just keep them, hoard them away, and yeah, they're funny, aren't they? Those the amount it would cost you to earn those tickets as well to play all the machines. You'd buy like 50 of those bears over, I think.
Yeah. Well, my sister did win once, and she gifted it to me, and it was one that it wasn't like a ticket machine. It's just like a claw machine.
Yeah.
And it was a little polar bear, and she won it. It's like, oh, there you go, you can have this, and so I got this polar bear. I noticed when we were in the car on the way home, polar bear had a zip on the back. I was like, that's not normal for a polar bear. I've seen David Attenborough things. I know they don't have that.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Unzipped it, pushed it inside out, turns into a Coke can.
Oh.
Coca-Cola can.
Well, that's a bit random, isn't it?
Well, I mean, the Coca-Cola did have like the polar bear.
Oh, they
mascots
did.
for a
You're
while,
right.
didn't they?
Yes.
It's really cool, and I don't know where it's gone. It's one of those things that I've lost to the sands of time. And I've looked on eBay a million times for polar bear, Coke can, soft toy. You can find soft toys of a polar bear. I can find soft toys of a Coke can, but I cannot find one where the two are merged in glorious union.
Wow. Oh, right.
But it's
That
good
does sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
I used to have those. What are they called? Werebears. Do you remember those? They were like cuddly toy bear, and you could turn the face inside out, and it was like a gross monster.
Oh, I don't remember those.
Yeah, I had a few of those. They were good. Yeah, proper sort of 90s, maybe late 80s toy. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, they ring a bell. I'm just looking at the. Oh, I do remember those.
Yeah, it's one of those things sort of lost to time, really. But yeah, those were good. Those grabber machines. My father-in-law is really, really good at those. He's been known to clear out like whole machines of those, and like gives them to kids.
I really want one. It's one of those things.
I just want to own one.
Yeah. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Would be quite cool. Yeah, it's a good talking point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grabber machine.
And this sort of thing. I mean, yeah, it's expensive and it takes up a lot of room, and it's wildly impractical for the home. But every time someone comes in, they're going to want to go on it.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to pay for itself in 6 or 7 years. I don't know.
Depends how many people you have around, I suppose. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, if you go around someone's house and they've got a grabber machine, you're going to want to go on it, aren't you?
Of course you are. Of course you are.
And you just say, "Yeah, that'll be £1, please."
That'll be £1.
Oh, blimey, all right. That's the awkward thing. Yeah, but once they've entered into it, they can't back out of it. Then they have to put the £1 in and do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and you sell it so they win the prize the first couple of times, because you can set the percentage in the little control panel.
Yeah.
So you get them hooked. You think, oh, this is easy, and then that's it. The little dopamine hit gets them, and they keep chucking the coins in. Oh, it's lovely.
Before you know it, you've opened your own ticket-based arcade stall in your living room.
Oh, what a dream!
That's the dream. Yeah. News. Anyway, any news to talk about?
SegaGAGA.
Oh yeah. It was translated, wasn't it?
Translated.
Yeah. People were a bit up in arms about that because apparently they used AI to help them, didn't they?
Well, from what I understand, they used AI because they got a team of people who were doing it for like modifying some of the artwork and other bits and pieces to make the English language fit in. And I think they use AI as like a framework so the rest of the team could get working on there, and then they actually had a human translation to do the what the translation proper was done by a human. So
yes,
I,
that's my understanding of it as well.
yeah, so I don't think the AI side of things is that much of a. I think
It's
just a stick to beat them with, isn't it?
It is. It's the very divisive thing on the internet at the moment, and I'm not really pro AI, but even just mentioning AI will cause you all sorts of pain. So
I think it's got its uses. I
yeah,
did see a project on there that another project where you can run it and it'll if you can play any sort of Japanese game. It's designed for RPGs really. Is programmed to recognize like the standard 16-bit font you would get in Japanese RPGs. And it will just scan your screen and translate the Japanese on the fly while you're playing the game. So you could play any Japanese game and it'll just translate it for you on the fly. I think that's really cool. I think that's a really cool use of AI.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with
that.
There's
definitely some useful uses for it. It's just all the slop that dreadful slop that you see all the time.
Yeah.
I saw you retweet something today about someone found a kid's book.
Oh, the kid's book with
the illustrations,
blurred, smeary face of someone in the background.
Yeah, because all the illustrations are done by AI, which is a terrible thing. I mean, if you're signing off that book, surely you saw that face? I mean, it's quite clear. There's a background face for someone in the background. All the other faces are quite clear, to be fair, but this one's just like a mushed, squashed potato of a face. How do you sign that off?
Yeah, and the comment that I tweeted, I think they compared it to like the phantasms from Jacob's Ladder, and that's exactly what it looks like. It's literally like one of those smeary monsters.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about AI. So much of it is so lazy, and it's just like I'm doing this because I can, not because I care about what I'm doing at all. And that's the evil thing about it, really, isn't it? That's the dreadful thing that. Yeah, I know. It's a whole topic to get into.
It's a whole topic. I think it's just humanity has got this fault in its firmware where we create something nice and we can't help but use it for evil.
I know.
We just can't help it. It's just, we could be doing so much good with these things that we create, but we use it to just pump out absolute slop.
It's just corporate greed. I mean, as I get older, I'm seeing it more and more everywhere, and it's just soul destroying, really, isn't it? Just how. And my worry is that we will, as a society, just dumb down our expectations and say, "Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine to accept that someone's got a mushed face in the background. Don't worry about it; it's fine."
I think it's already happening.
Yeah,
I think it's already happening.
At work, we were doing a Shaun the Sheep game for BBC, right? And one of my colleagues on our little chat thing posted something that they found on the internet, and someone had made their own Shaun the Sheep in AI thing, and it was just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But the thing is all that channel is devoted to like rip-offs of kids shows, and they're promoting it to kids. The thing is, young kids will not know the difference. They'll just sit there and consume it anyway, and that's what's scary. Like, and the same thing with the book. It's just they're aiming it at kids now, and it's just terrifying.
We already had all that trouble like a few years ago with like the Spider-Man Elsa videos where they had all these really perverse. Do you remember all that?
I don't know that, no.
There was this trend on YouTube. You'd get like people dressing up as Spider-Man and Elsa from Frozen, and they would just act out these really inappropriate things. Like, I can't even describe the sort of situations, but like really kind of skeevy, sexually suggestive, like drug, like implications of drugs and needles, and just really, really creepy, weird stuff. And it was just being peddled to children all the time because kids don't know, and they just click one after another, after another, after another, and it was just where the money was. So you had hundreds of these channels popping up. With AI, you don't even have to go and buy a cheap Spider-Man costume anymore. You don't have to put the effort in. You could just type in, make this, and this. It's
so worrying. As a parent, I'm terrified by that. I mean, luckily this hasn't gone too far down that sort of rabbit hole Yeah, but it's only a matter of time before she gets more sort of social media savvy and things like that. So you just have to sort of keep an eye on the devices and things. You know, I'm not planning on giving her a phone for as long as I possibly can, but she does have an iPad, and you know, we're normally around, and she doesn't, you know, she just sticks to the same sort of games really. But you know, in general, it's a worry. So
it is a worry, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
SegaGAGA we were talking
about. SegaGAGA. I think that might be worth putting on our list for a potential podemup game as well.
I was going to do that when they come up with a translation for it. Yeah,
yeah,
because it's very interesting. If you don't know it, it's like it's another Japan only Dreamcast game, and it's about like Sega's declining popularity and failure.
Yeah.
It's a very sort of meta kind of game, isn't it?
It really is. It really is.
So it'd be very
it's like that famous
to play.
Screenshot of the Sega CEO looking all dejected with a pile of unsold Dreamcasts behind him.
Yeah, it's in like a Shenmue demo, like a preview thing, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to love their own sense of humour, you know, and their own self-deprecating thing that they had in that era.
Yeah.
Very good. There was actually a state of play the other day, which I wouldn't normally mention, but there was actually a couple of things worth that caught my eye on it anyway.
I'm genuinely shocked if that's the case.
Well, there's a new Dead or Alive coming.
Oh.
Did you see that? Yeah,
no,
it's only a little teaser, but I thought that was quite cool.
What, like an actual Dead or Alive, not like a volleyball thing?
No, an actual. Well, it looks like an actual one. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because they're doing a new version of Dead or Alive 6. And they kind of teased the next Dead or Alive. They didn't say it was 7, so it might be something else. But I you know, it looks fighty, so I'm sure it will be. So yeah, that's cool.
That is interesting.
There's a new Castlevania as well.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, that does look good actually.
Yeah. Let me just bring up the list of stuff. Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition.
Oh,
from the original. 120 additional levels, reimagined soundtrack, etc. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2.
Yeah.
Is that the one? That's the one that you said. Are they going to do it? I can't remember what you said. Whether they're going to do it. Or not.
Yeah.
Because it's got 4, and you said that 4 hasn't been.
Yeah, 4's got like so many references to like the PlayStation 3 hardware and like little in jokes and references to the PS3 and Sony and all that kind of stuff. I think I said that I thought it would probably be quite difficult for them to port that to another console because there were bits of the game and little jokes and things that would need to be rewritten, and I don't know if Konami really would be willing to put in the effort, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, we'll just see what happens. Maybe they've left it all in. I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, this a new Kena game. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you play that?
I played it. It didn't hold my attention very long, to be honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad game, but it just wasn't. I played it and I was like, yeah, I get it. And then
it caught my eye because originally it kind of looked like a sort of indie game. But this one looks like a much more advanced looking. You know, it's gone AAA, I suppose. But it looked quite cool. It reminded me of Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of thing.
Oh right. Cool.
The trailer looks quite cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's all really. It's just a few things that I thought was perhaps worth shouting out. I don't know, but yeah, usually a state of play has almost nothing in it whatsoever for me. And it does have all that usual kind of big, overblown AAA nonsense. Whatever. I
mean, I don't want to get into the same thing we always get into, but I will.
Why
not? When you were saying about Dungeon Attack earlier,
yeah,
that's the kind of game I would remember, like back in the day, back in the golden era of games.
The golden era, the good old days.
Oh, the good old days. That would be like the main game. That would be the cover game on like PlayStation Magazine, and the big demo that everyone wanted to play. And that'd be like a big thing. And now it's just like an indie game, and all the big games are just the usual cars and guns and bring back the vibrancy, bring back bouncing trains and solar-powered penguins.
Absolutely.
That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Did you see some of the interesting stuff that's been going on the Sega Saturn?
I might have seen a headline, but I didn't really look into it. Do go on.
Someone has ported. They haven't released it publicly yet. I think to avoid like the early demos being sort of taken and sold and ripping people off. But they've done a technical demo port of Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, have they? Oh, right.
Yeah, to the Dreamcast, to the Saturn, and someone has ported Tomb Raider 2 to the Saturn.
I did see that. Yeah, I thought I saw that. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Yeah.
It really is impressive work.
You don't see a lot of Saturn new games for Saturn because it's such complicated hardware, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I like it when that happens. Like someone did Tomb Raider for the 32X at one point, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and I think they did it for the Game Boy Advance as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's always surprising that the Game Boy Advance can do 3D, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, crudely, but it can do it.
Yeah, it's really nice to see the Sega Saturn getting some love after all these years.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if there's like a new dev kit or something, or a new, an SDK or something that's been released that suddenly sparked all this interest and all these new projects popping up for it, or if I don't know, because like you say, it's got this reputation of being a very difficult system to program for, and suddenly we've got all these really impressive homebrew projects coming out for it. So I don't know what's behind that, but I'm happy about it. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah,
it'll
be interesting to see what comes next. Yeah, I mean, people are amazing, aren't they? When they sit down and they put their minds to it, and just, I'm going to take this old console that most people don't even barely remember, and I'm going to take this game from the PlayStation, and I'm going to make it work on this other console. And I thought it's incredible that
I love it.
People are committed to doing that, and it's
especially
great.
Something like Tomb Raider 2, where the PlayStation version is arguably going to be superior, no matter how good their port is.
Sure, yeah.
And there's a million better ways to play that game today, but they're still putting all that effort in and doing a really solid job of getting it running on the Saturn for no other reason than just because it's cool. And I love that.
Yeah, and that GTA 3 is on the Dreamcast now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, brilliant. Go for it. It's like people who you kind of... This is what could have happened if the Saturn were more successful, and it would have got these ports potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
But yeah, I think that was. I think that's all the news bits and bobs that I've seen. It's mainly, the Saturn stuff really took my interest, and SegaGAGA was really the big ticket one for me. I did. It's funny. That was the big news for me. I didn't even know there was a state of play.
No, I know.
I was excited about there being a translation of a parody Dreamcast game from 20 years ago.
Yeah, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, I was barely aware of it either. I only saw that there was a new Dead or Alive, and then I looked into the rest of it, and I thought,
I just look at. I can't find this new. Well, I was looking while we were talking on the Dead or Alive wiki, and there's no mention of it there.
Yeah, it's. I've got it on the PlayStation blog. It's got the trailer for 6.
Dead or Alive new project teaser trailer.
Yeah, that's it, I think. I mean, it's not much. It's just two of the characters facing off against each other. But it's not like in-game graphics either, I don't think. But it's a thing.
I like Dead or Alive. I got really quite good. I think it was Dead or Alive 5. I think it was.
Yeah.
I got really quite good at that.
It's one of those fighting games that I feel when I play it, I feel like I'm good at it. Because it's quite easy to get to grips with. You could do a lot with the controls, and you don't have to remember these complicated buttons, or just like some fighting games have just these really complex systems. Particularly like the later Street Fighters, the 2D ones, and the Marvel vs. Capcoms and all that. They've got when you read about them and stuff, they've got all these mechanics in there that they've added over the time, and I find it all a bit too much. Whereas Dead or Alive and Soul Calibur is another one where it's just these are your buttons. You've got a button to do a move, and if you hold it in different directions, you do different moves. And then if you press this button and back at the same time, you do a counter when they start to do a move. And it's just simple things like that. And it's like the destructible environments as well, and they're on different levels and all that sort of stuff. It's just a really fun fighting game to play.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. Like you say, with I think I enjoy playing Street Fighter, but I would only like Street Fighter 4. I ploughed loads of hours into Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 6, I've played a good chunk of it. Not as much as Street Fighter 4, but it's always against the computer because I just don't. People play it at such a high level, and it's just not fun to just lose every single time.
No, this is my criticism of pretty much playing anything online, really. Like, I'm not good at anything enough to compete with the pros, you know. Like, and it's so. Like, I played Soul Calibur 6 a few times online. I just got defeated every single time. This isn't fun, you know. I'd rather play against a computer, and I also like. I mean, multiplayer games in general. I like a single-player game that's set up in a certain way that has rules that it adheres to, and it's all about sort of working around those rules and kind of figuring out you know where you are. Whereas if you play against another player, like, anything can happen, and I don't really like that. I like to know what my limitations are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is just the way my mind works and the way There are certain games that I can get hyper fixated on, and I will just play and play and play and play and play and play.
Yeah.
But fighting games have never been like that for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'll play them for a bit, but I'm just not interested in figuring out, you know, frame cancelling and hitbox.
Yeah.
You know,
when you get into the weeds like that is just so unappealing to me.
Yeah, it just doesn't appeal to me at all, and it just feels like you'd have to just concentrate and just grind at that single game. And usually people will specialize in a character, so you're playing one character on one game. It's just not for me. I just don't get the appeal. But you know, good luck to anyone who does. But
I have the same criticism about speed running. Like, speed running doesn't appeal to me at all.
I don't understand it at all.
I don't get it. I don't even like watching them. It's like, especially those ones where it's like, oh yeah, if you do a backflip here, then I get to the final boss of Ocarina of Time. What's the point? What is the point? I don't like that.
I can understand, even if it doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
I could understand and respect the skill of a glitchless speed run.
Yes.
Where you're just playing the game and
really
plowing through it as quick as you can. But glitch speed runs, it's like, look how quickly I can break this game. It's like, okay.
I don't care. Good for you.
That's really cool. Good.
Yeah. How many hours did it take you to figure that out? Like, I don't.
I don't get it. it's one of these things that is so. It's so alien to me. It might as well be a different hobby. It might as well just be, you know, I don't know. It's just so completely out of my sphere of understanding.
Yeah. What was I going to say then? No, it's gone. That's a shame. It's a good point as well. It'll come back to me in a second. No, never mind. I'll mention it halfway through Harold Halibut, I expect. Yeah, so, speed running, bad. Gardener's Corner. How are your spider plants doing? They all right?
Oh no, they're all over.
They're all over. Well, they're all over. They're gone.
Honestly, we had to go down like the local recycling centre today to like it's like a dump, really, like a tip. But you go around, you chuck your stuff in, but they've got like a little shop there underneath. And we went there, and I said, we're going to need to get some more little plant pots. About 10, because this thing is just spawning spider plants. I can't keep up with it.
I love that you've got this sort of mutant plant that's just growing, multiplying by the day.
Honestly, this, it really is by the day. And we got it in the bathroom at the moment. We had like a flat inspection the other day, and the letting agent came in. I was like, well, here's the thing as well. I hope you don't listen to this. We broke the window, not broke the glass, but it was one of the windy days. We had the window open. The wind caught the window, pulled it, and It didn't smash the glass, but one of the rivets on the hinges came out.
Okay, yeah.
So so we're not on the ground floor. We're a few floors up. So I tried to replace the hinge. So I took the hinge off, gripping the window with one hand, because if I let it go, all the weight would be just taken on the top hinge.
Yeah.
And I had nightmare visions of the window just falling out three or four floors.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, don't bear thinking about.
No.
But I stupidly, I ordered what looked like the same hinge on the internet. I didn't measure it. I just eyeballed it.
Yeah.
So the hinge that came was smaller. But I thought, well, I've taken the old hinge off now and it's broken, so I've got to put the smaller one on. So I've attached the smaller one, but now when you open the window, it folds down. It goes downwards at an angle now, because the bottom hinge is small, the big one is top, so it goes down at like a 45-degree angle as you open it.
Oh God, yeah.
So when the flat inspection guy came, I said, right, we'll shut the window, we'll lock it, we'll pretend we've lost a key, and put the spider plant in front. To deter him.
To deter him, yeah. He's not going to go through that.
He didn't go anywhere near it. He's probably scared. But...
Oh, it's got some use then.
Oh, yeah.
Deterring landlords from broken windows.
Yeah, and little worms keep coming out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not like earthworms. I don't know what they are.
Oh, a little
tiny... They fall in the bath.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do they get in?
Well, I think they must have been there. They must have been in
situ already
when I got it.
Oh, eggs, worm eggs. Yeah.
Perhaps
this gets worse and worse. This situation.
I know. No good deed goes unpunished at all. No. You know, I saw this little plant out there. I thought, right, it's going to die out in the cold because it's a.
Should have left it to die.
I'll bring it in, and here we go. Now I've got 50 spider plant babies and worm eggs. So
this gardening log is not all it's cracked up to be.
It's not. It's not at all.
No.
It's not at all. But you know, it's just doing what nature intended. I'm going to help it along as far as I can.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a regular feature now. I want to know every single month how your spider plant's doing, how many you've got, what problems they're causing, what problems they're solving, and yeah.
I'll have to take a picture of it, and you can put it in the show notes.
Yes. Okay. Put it on the album artwork for the episode. Yes. We've got some laurels at the back of the garden, which are basically like the hedge. Whenever you see a big hedge, it's usually laurels.
Okay, yeah.
I put them in about 4 years ago. Put 4 of them in. They've barely grown. Like one of them did quite well last year, but up until then, there's barely any growth whatsoever. So I don't know what's going on with those. I made it my mission this year to try and get them to grow. So I've got some more soil. I'm going to rotate the soil a bit. I've got some special feed stuff, plant feed. So I think I'm timing it right now. Like at the start of spring, you've got to start these things. And I'm going to see what happens. So I'll also keep you updated on the laurels. Next episode as well.
I think it is the start of, because we've got a few cactuses around as well.
Yeah.
And I bought some cactus food because I thought they'll like that, being cactuses. And on the bottle it says, do it like sprouting season, beginning of April. So I think that must be like that's the time.
Yeah, this is the time. As soon as it's
right, this is when we.
Well, it is.
We open up for the year.
Yeah, spring, isn't it? I mean, it's the end of winter. That's when they start. We can come out now and do our stuff, I suppose. So yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, more gardening expertise next month on this video game podcast. I just like the idea of a hardcore gamer just sitting down and listening to this, and then just for 10 minutes we just break off and just talk about something, just gardens and plants, just something nothing to do with games whatsoever. I quite enjoy that. Very nice. I'll even come up with a little intro music for it, I think.
Yeah, a little jingle.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about Harold Halibut, shall we?
Yeah.
After the break.
Video Game Book Club.
welcome back. This month we're talking about a game called Harold Halibut.
Yes.
It was developed...
Speaking of speedruns...
Yeah?
Imagine speedrunning this one.
Yeah, that would be a challenge,
Perfect
wouldn't it?
speedrunning game.
Yeah, I'd like to see them find a glitch for this. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Developed and published by Slowbros, this was released in April 2024 for PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC via Steam and GOG. Its normal price is £30, but it was available on Amazon Games these last couple of months, which you can access if you're an Amazon Prime member. I checked the other day; it was still there, so I don't know how much longer it's got. It might not be there by the time this episode comes out, but yeah, it's free. If you've got Amazon Prime, it's free. So go and give it a download. Why not? So this is a story-driven game in which you play as Harold Halibut, a handyman on a spaceship called the Fedora 1, which left Earth during the Cold War in search of a new planet to colonize. It drifted for 200 years, in which new generations were born, lived, and died on the ship. After encountering a solar flare, it crash lands into the ocean of an alien planet where it remains for a further 50 years. The scientists aboard hope to relaunch during what they calculate to be an upcoming period of time in which the solar flares are less damaging, and it's a race against time to find an energy source powerful enough to drive them to the surface and escape the gravity of the planet. I think the first thing to talk about is the look of it and how it was made.
It's gorgeous.
It's fantastic. So it was made, I mean, it's claymation to an extent. At first, I couldn't work out whether it was just loads and loads of photos like a Wallace and Gromit, where every single animation you saw was just a sequence of photos. And then I realised it can't possibly be, because Harold, your character, you can move him around and his model responds to the lights that you're going past. And I thought they can't possibly have made loads and loads of pictures for every possible place he was standing with all the different lightings and everything. But yeah, sure enough, they made everything, well, pretty much I think everything that you see in the game in terms of the environments and stuff is handmade with claymation characters, or made that the sets are made out of wood and metal and just real stuff, and the clothing that they put on the characters are all sort of real bits of cloth. And they've just taken loads and loads of photos of all different angles, and they've put this into the computer, and they've turned these into 3D models with all these textures and everything. And I love the look of it. It
looks incredible.
Incredible. Like apparently it took them 10 years to make this game. Probably mostly doing that, I would have thought.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what we're talking about with AI. You know, this you can. I love that. You know, people are so devoted to this that they can spend 10 years making this piece of artwork, and the very idea that someone who doesn't know what they're doing could just write a few things in their prompts and just churn out something that looks like something else and call it a day is sickening to me, quite frankly. When you've got people who care so much about their passion project that they're willing to spend 10 years building this thing and putting it together and just releasing this game that was all made from these real materials, and it's just it's wonderful to see that human spirit of persevering with something like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can tell the effort that's gone into it. There's something really,
you can see it oozing from every pore.
Yeah, it's something really intangible, but you can feel the intent that's gone into it. You know, this desire to make something really interesting, really, really unique. I love it. It
does have a very unique,
superb
look to it. I mean, I think the characters, the way they move, it's not quite animated like a Wallace and Gromit with a bit of the facial expressions and that sort of thing, like an Aardman thing. When they move, they kind of look more like puppets, like almost remind me of Thunderbirds kind of thing, with the mouth going up and down a little bit. But there's a charm to
a bit Thunderbirds, a bit Robot Chicken, a bit that kind of thing.
Yeah, but there's a charm to that as well, I think. I think that it kind of works in favour of it, really. It kind of it makes it feel more like that they're sort of models being posed in a way. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they're fluid and the clay is like, you know, stretchy and responsive and that sort of thing. It's more like these are almost toy models that have bits that move up and down and things like that.
Yeah.
You can't squish them and stuff. But yeah, it's just like that, and the sort of environment and everything. But there's this ship, right? Obviously, it's been around for 250 years, so it kind of has that sort of, old, slightly rusty look to it. Just very sort of, like rustic kind of look, which I really liked.
It's just a very. There's obviously, a very consistent vision of what they wanted for the ship. It's all. It all feels very believable.
Yes. It has that feel of a doll's house sometimes.
Yeah.
The angle that you look at it, it's always from the side. Like, it's three-dimensional, so it's not like strictly... The movement isn't 2D, but it always comes from the same angle on the side. It's almost as if you're looking through a doll's house. It feels like these are almost like toys being manipulated sometimes.
Yeah.
But they animate well, They don't look clunky. They move pretty good. So, I have a section here called gameplay, which should be which is interesting because there isn't a lot.
No,
to be honest, I saw someone describe it as a walking sim, which is kind of true. I mean, a walking sim, I think more of like something like Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I suppose technically, in a way, it kind of is like that, but very different. So Harold is a handyman on board the ship, and he runs around doing various jobs for people, mostly the scientist Moreau, and she's kind of a sort of slightly cantankerous older lady. She's doing her work, and she gets him to do odd jobs, and all the odd jobs basically concern just going around the different parts of the ship, and the ship's all broken up into these things. You have to go through a system called the all-water system, which is like a literal water tube that they go through, which I quite enjoyed. But he has to go through from place to place, and he has to talk to someone, and they'll give him something else to do, and he's got to go around and talk to someone else. It's just a series of basic fetch quests. Which is a shame. There are mini games, but they don't. Even those don't. There's no challenge. There's no challenge throughout the entire game. I've played through it. I completed it mainly because I wanted to see if anything would actually happen at the end, because it carries on like this for a long time. Like a lot of the early game is just wandering around, going back and forth, and there's stories that evolve, and there's characters, and they're all quite well done and everything, and interesting. But yeah, the gameplay just amounts to going around helping people and talking to people, and there's a lot of cutscenes.
I think it would have made a very good stop motion film.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's not a very good game. I don't think.
I mean, as I thought you might have this opinion, and I kind of have it as well, but also I don't, because in a way, it kind of reminded me of Shenmue, and Shenmue isn't everyone's cup of tea.
I can see that, yeah.
Shenmue has more gameplay than this. It has actual challenges in places. But there is an element in Shenmue where you're just kind of wandering around, doing stuff, waiting for stuff, not feeling very hurried. It's the pace that reminded me of it. It's a very, very slow-paced game.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that until you said it, but yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah. And Harold is just... he's a nice guy. I like Harold. He likes to be helpful to everyone. He's very good, very friendly with everyone. He's got a good relationship with everyone. And I like the whole community aspect of the ship. Everyone's quite nice and happy. They're not sad that they've been stuck underwater for 50 years.
No, they're making the best of it.
They're making the best of it, and that's nice. There's a positivity that comes from the game that I really like. And I think that if you were looking at the best way to look at this game is those angles, less of the gameplay stuff and more of like the kind of message it's kind of give you, and the story, and it's just one of those games that you just sort of immerse yourself in, and I don't know, just go along with the slow pace of it, really. And I kind of did.
Looked at it like that, but I think that's a good. That is a good way of looking at it. I think when I saw like screenshots and sort of little clips of it before I played it, I was expecting something more along the lines of almost not quite Broken Sword, but that kind of thing where, all the different things in the environment with, you could examine them and get little flavor text on different things.
Yes.
It's not really a lot of interactivity in
no,
the game.
I was expecting that as well. I thought you could go up to different things and see what Harold thought of them at the very least, but you literally can only access the things that you need to access, like control panels and things like that. Very few of them. Yeah, as I say, there are mini games technically, but they're not that fun, and there's no challenge to them really.
No.
I mean, there are literal mini games. There's an arcade with 2 games that are reskins of each other. And did you play those?
No, I got to be honest. I don't think I've done this before on the show, but I played as much as I could. Not tolerate, because that's unfair on the game. I played as much as until I got to the point where I thought, okay, this is going to be like this the whole game, isn't it? And then I looked things up on YouTube.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
So I've seen some of the arcade games. I've seen the Star Fox type one.
Yeah, yes. So there's that, and there's like a balloon kind of flying one where you're going through the sky, and they basically play the same. And they don't even have like any challenge to them. Like you just play as long as you want until you get bored, basically.
Yeah.
And there's no like death or anything like that. You just go around collecting stuff. So it's almost like this game is going out of its way not to have gameplay, which is something I've never said about any game before. But it kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like this is almost an anti-game, like not in an anarchic sort of way, like deliberately kind of making a point about gameplay. It's just it's got like you said, it's got a very clear vision. Firstly, for its look, and secondly, for its entire structure. Like they clearly wanted to make a point with this game. It's not going to be for everyone. This game, definitely not. Like look at it, but if you like proper games, then you might not enjoy it. But it would be quite a good one to give to someone who doesn't normally play games and likes characters and story, and is okay with the slow pace. I think that there's one thing for it. In a way, it's quite similar structurally to Thank Goodness You're Here.
I suppose it is, yeah.
Thank Goodness You're Here is a completely different thematic link, and it keeps you interested with its humour, very much so. But the mini games in that, you were just like, it's just like random stuff, and you just do it for a bit, and then it goes to something else, And
I suppose it is, and it is. Thank Goodness You're Here is a lot of running back and forward, fetch quest type thing.
If you boil them down to basic, what you're doing, they are very, very similar in a way.
Yeah.
Which is it's a strange comparison to make because they're so different thematically. But yeah, it was just something I noticed. It's a very interesting game, and there are parallels, but not with others. But it's not quite in the same way. But yeah, as I say, I completed it to the end because I was curious to see where it would go. Like, would it stay like this, and then that's it, and it's just almost like a few days in Harold's life, But it does evolve. It does go places, and I don't know how much I should say about that because we do. It's I won't say much about it, but it does get interesting, and you do go to a new place eventually, halfway through. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that could be said about that, but I don't want to spoil it too much.
The thing is, even though I know it's an indie game, and I know it's taken them 10 years to make it, and all the blood, sweat, and tears that must have gone into it.
Yeah.
But I have, I've been very critical of Final Fantasy 13.
Yes.
For being a game that you have to pour hours and hours and hours of menial, not fun nonsense to get and people say, but that's when the game gets good at 15 hours in.
Yes.
I know Harold Halibut isn't 15 hours long, but I don't like it in Final Fantasy, and I don't like it on it. Don't waste my time.
Yeah, if you've got good gameplay, show it to us up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I'm okay with a slow burn. I'm okay with a slow burn game, but there's slow and there's
There's so it's not that it gets better in terms of gameplay, but it gets interesting in terms of the story.
The story.
I mean, I say interesting. It's still kind of like it managed to keep its pace. Like it's still quite slow and very kind of, not it's hard to describe. Not big and impactful kind of story stuff like explosions and action and stuff like that. It's all, it's all a lot of nice people. Do you know what I mean? Like nice people doing nice things, and they discover something, and that's nice as well. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like something shocking that wrecks their whole world and destroys their ship. The stuff that they meet is all still nice. And there's a little bit of drama at the end, because there kind of had to be, really, because you have to end it somehow, and it kind of builds up just at the very end. It kind of, in a way, it kind of reminds me of Shenmue 3, because nothing happens in that up until about an hour at the end of the game. Yeah. So, I've done these things before, and I've persevered with them. So. Yeah, it's an odd one, but I think you'll know from our discussion if this is the kind of game for you. Like, you have to be willing to just go with the flow a bit and not expect too much of it from a gameplay perspective, certainly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about the only sort of challenge I faced in the minigame. I don't know if you got this far. I don't think you probably did. There's one where you have to help this other scientist crush up some rock samples. Right, so these different rock samples are going around on a conveyor belt, and it's your job to press the stop button when the correct rock appears in the thing, and then you've got to go to another panel, and you've got to press another button to slice it up, another button to do something else, and then that's it. That's the mini game, right? But the only challenge in it is when you go to that second panel, you can't immediately press slice because the scientist isn't ready yet, and if you do that, you'll slice it, and she said, "What are you doing? I wasn't ready." And I did that like 3 times in a row just because I just wanted to get on with it. And I just kept forgetting that you had to wait. Like, I kind of admire that in the game. Like, the only challenge is not doing gameplay. Yeah. Waiting. I mean, it's timing, I suppose, which is a gameplay thing. But do you know what I mean? Like, why do I have to wait? Why have I got to wait for you to... It's a weird decision.
I do wonder if it started life with the intention of being a film, and at some point during the development of the idea, they just thought, let's make life 10 times harder on ourselves and turn it into a game.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
know. But I think it would work as either a feature film or a series.
I think it would work better as a series.
Yeah.
Because you get slow burn series as well, don't you? That don't do a lot for a long time, and that's the thing. So it would work well as one of those.
Yeah,
probably better, to be honest, because it is a bit tedious just going back and forth. Like most of your time is spent just walking through the corridors and just going from one place to another. Yeah, it's a shame. I feel bad about being harsh on it because they spent so long doing it. They've put so much effort into it. I don't want to.
And it's clearly a passion project, and it looks so good, and the voice acting's pretty good.
Yeah,
the plot is good. The sets are lovely. It's so much effort gone into it, but there's just not much game there.
No. And I think, I mean, there'll be, and I didn't mind that there wasn't too much game in there, but there'll be people like yourself who would insist on there being more gameplay.
I think it just didn't meet my expectations of what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I think that's, like I say, I didn't want it to be exactly like Broken Sword, but I did want more. I expected more interactivity, some point and click style puzzles, combine this item with this one.
Some puzzles would be nice, yeah.
I didn't want, I would have been happy, like you say, no big explosions or big crises or massive set pieces, I'd have been happy with the story just tootling along, but something a bit to get your teeth into.
It wouldn't have taken much more effort on their part, to be honest, to add a bit more gameplay to make these minigames a bit more interesting, to add the odd puzzle here and there. It doesn't have to be every 5 minutes even, it's just an occasional thing to keep you interested and keep you stimulated. I think would have done wonders for it.
Yeah.
So it's a shame that they seems like they very deliberately didn't go down that route. I'm not really sure why, because I don't really see the downside in doing that.
No.
Generally, but I respect their vision. They've obviously gone for something, and I can.
It's obviously intentional. They're clearly a very competent studio.
Yes.
So what they've made is what they wanted to make. So
yes, and it's just up to you whether that's your thing or not. At the end of the day, I can't say fairer than that, really. But I did enjoy. There was something kind of engrossing about it, I must admit, that I wanted to see where it would end up, and I wasn't unsatisfied with the conclusion. I thought it ends quite nicely, actually. So yeah, there's just, I mean, you'll know, as I say, you'll know by our description whether this is the sort of thing for you. But if it is, then I suggest you go and check it out. As I say, the normal price is the £30, which is kind of steep, but I mean, they've worked so hard on it.
I'm going to say, given the amount of the effort they've put into it.
I don't want to trash their their high pricing or anything like that. So if you feel like, give them some money, definitely, if you want to. But yeah, if it's if you just want to try it out, check out Amazon Prime as soon as you can to see if it's still there. It was right at the bottom of the list, so it might not be.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for me, but I would still recommend giving it a try. I think it's if only to see if it's for you.
Yeah,
really.
if you do nothing else, go and look at it. Go and look at some video and screenshots and stuff, because it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope, I mean, given the 10-year development cycle, I don't know how likely this is, but I do hope it's not the last thing we see from that studio. If they can, I'd love to see if they could put that kind of artwork into something with a bit more meat on the bone.
Be very interesting. Yeah,
it could be really, really interesting. But obviously, it's such a time commitment for them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and don't do it with AI because that's just
no,
don't do it. Okay, next month, my pick.
Okay.
We are going to play. I haven't had time to write any other notes. Normally, I write a few notes about why I chose it, but I've literally just written the name of the game, so I have to ad-lib this bit. Okay. So I wanted to play a game in the Wario Land series.
Ooh.
Because it's always seemed like a really interesting series of platformers. The only ones I played is the most recent one on the Wii, which is the Shake Dimension or Shake It. Did you play that?
No, I didn't.
No, very, very good platformer. We'll have to get around to that as well at some point. We're not going to play that one, though. So it started out as a spin-off of the Mario Land series on the Game Boy. Like the third Mario Land was Wario Land, wasn't it? Where you play as Wario. I'd look at that. If that looks interesting in itself, but the series gets more interesting. So I thought we'd jump to the sequel, Wario Land 2.
Okay.
It's got some interesting ideas in it. Rather than taking hits from enemies, they change your state. So if you hit a fire enemy, you turn Wario on fire, and then he runs around, and then you can do things in that state that you couldn't do otherwise when you're on fire. So you can probably melt an ice block or something like that. Things like that. And I think it'll be quite interesting. And there's a certain non-linearity to it. And then I think the third one expands on that even more. And then the fourth one has some other stuff as well. So it's an interesting series, and I might play some other ones later on, a later date. But I thought Wario Land 2 would probably be the best place to start with that.
Okay,
so,
is that Game Boy?
I think there's a Game Boy and a Game Boy Color version separately. Okay. So might as well play the Game Boy Color one. Yes, so that's next month. So that'll be interesting.
That's cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can contact us. We are podemup@gmail.com. we are at podemup on Twitter and Blue Sky, and podemup.live or podemup.com is our website where you can see all our past episodes. That's about it, really, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. I was worried that'd be a short show, but we've done a fairly normal size one, so that's good. Thanks to all that gardening talk earlier. Padded it out a bit. Right, we'll see you next time for more of that and some other stuff as well.
Yeah.
Goodbye.